right, welcome everybody to another episode of The Urban Gardener. Today we're on a road trip to Portland, Oregon, and we're visiting Noble Rot. The great thing about Noble Rot, in their 4-story wine bar restaurant, up at the top of this building, they have a garden. Let's go up there and get a tour, check it out.
Our roof cellar. Everything in there is from the garden.
All right, so here we are up on the rooftop at Noble Rot Restaurant and Wine Bar in Portland, Oregon. Now, Noble Rot has for several years now been running an urban garden on the rooftop of the building that they run their restaurant in. Today, we've got the special luck of getting a chance to take a look around and have a few questions answered by their gardener. And as you can tell, just like at home down in southern Oregon, you can see around the city here in Portland is surrounded with smoke just as well as we are. So the views here will probably be just any more spectacular than they already are, but this is a pretty great spot to be doing some gardening. Take a look at that. Now, isn't that something? Here, lots of new growth. The restaurant grows plenty of its herbs, vegetables, right here on the rooftop, middle of the city.
How's it going?
Marc, who heads up the garden here.
All kinds of things staring at
Yeah,
you.
and seeing, actually, that was going to be one of my big questions here was like, what does it take to be able to set up a rooftop garden, you know, when it comes to regulation or codes or all that sort of stuff? I gotta imagine there's some hoops to jump through.
Plenty, yeah. In New York, of all places too, where, you know, regulation's got to be a mile high.
Oh, God.
We're lucky, the biggest one is the structural capacity, you know, of the building.
Right.
It's your first thing, man. If you don't have that, you don't have anything. You got to have the capacity, or you have to re-engineer the building, which is really costly, or could be really costly.
Oh, yes.
We're lucky here. We had it. We didn't plan for all this at the beginning, but it evolved. Then there's a bunch of other rules and regs. I've tried to work with some other chefs, and it's been some of the rules and regs that have shot us down. You know, it's been like too costly, in other words, to comply with everything. It's not like we couldn't have, but at some point it's not cost effective anymore. It's like, oh man, how much are we going to pay for that lettuce? But working with the restaurant is an awesome experience because it's you got these creative professionals who really appreciate what you're doing. We get a lot of Divas or low heat habaneros.
Yeah, that's
called New Mex Suave Orange. Very highly recommended. That's a beautiful one.
Oh yeah, I think I see some ripe ones right up. A low heat habanero.
Yeah, you can see a couple of ripe ones there.
Oh yeah. So I've got
Peppers do great in containers. They are really
amazing.
amenable to this kind of cultivation.
Oh yeah,
I mean, all the rooftop gardening is container gardening, right? I mean, it's like Just
Oh
the
yeah,
size of
it's
your
one
container.
it's one sort of container to the next,
Or
right?
another, right.
Even
So-
even the raised beds themselves don't have anything that can come through to.
Right. I mean, yeah, there's no subsoil, so it's like everything stops when it hits the roof surface. So that they're in charge of that whole experience. There's no place for them to go on their own.
The water, and so where does the water run off to?
It goes to the regular drains. Each one of these beds has a kind of a cradle in it. A waterproof liner. That's potable water quality, drinking water quality. And then the ends are just fabric, so water can follow the natural slope of the roof and exit from the ends of the cradle. Roof trades on either side. That's where the roof water, rainwater would go anyway.
Oh,
So we're just sort of following that, letting the water move along its natural course.
Those. Yeah.
Ideally, it'd be nice to have a closed system, a completely closed system, you know?
Right, that's what I was wondering too. One of my questions would be like, with
That is
how
one of the concerns for rooftop ag is if you're adding fertilizer to the water and then you discharge it into a water body,
Right.
you're polluting it. You know,
Right.
because it's like farming is a big source of water pollution.
me and my sense being more of an organic type of person, to using like organic fertilizers and that sort of stuff and the leaching. So
Right,
I think I would think that you'd want to capture that leaching and like recycle it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, like, we're all organic, so it wouldn't be like, I mean, you could be polluted with chemical pesticides and stuff that you're using now.
Right.
Just nitrogen and phosphorus, excess is a kind of pollution, and it causes algal growth, and that interferes with other ecosystems. So, one way or another, like on these beds, for example, we could put a bucket down here, but I don't water them to over capacity, so the water just stays and comes back up to the plants, and that's it.
Probably, especially at this time of year, right?
Oh yeah, man. The awful leaf surface on here, it's a chore just to keep enough water down because there's so much transpiration going on.
Do you guys use any like compost tea or anything like that?
Yeah, I just did some liquid fertilizer right now using a product called Blue. That's got more phosphorus and potassium, and some kelp, liquid kelp to go along with that. And I'll fertilize with a nitrogen, a liquid nitrogen, and a liquid potassium phosphorus, depending on whether I want the leafy growth or the flowers and fruit. Look at this one beet, it's gigantic. It's just kind of sitting there all on its own.
I know.
It's kind of started. We haven't had the heart to pull it out.
Oh wow, yeah.
We're just gonna let it go.
That was going to be one of my next questions. Was about how do you guys like do covers or anything like that, or you just kind of put up?
I got concrete reinforcing wire over there that I bend over and kind of hook into the insides of the beds, and then just using watch your foot there. So just some greenhouse plastic. Tunnels like that.
Little low tunnels and
Yep.
such.
Cover. It's gonna stay on its own.
Yeah, yeah.
Some things we just cover crop, so that just kind of holding space for the spring and providing nutrients that way.
Tell you what, it is something else to be looking at the backgrounds of these shots here.
Isn't
Be
that
able
great?
to know that you're up on this rooftop. You can see the city around you. Although right now it being so smoky, I'm
Hazy.
sure the view is absolutely more astounding when the smoke isn't around.
The view is great. You can just see Mount Hood poking over the top of the trees over that away. And then, yeah, you get the horizon is totally obscured by the smoke. It's really astonishing.
Yeah.
We got our rhubarb here, some really healthy garlic chives. That's some really nice, that's a nice scarlet runner bean. This and that one called Sunset over there, the Baker Creek heirloom seed.
Yep. Rareseeds.com.
Yep, love that company.
I feature a lot of their seeds and plants on my channel.
Yeah, I got that Black Hungarian there is theirs. We got a lot of stuff from them. They're really awesome.
Yes.
These monsters. Okay, we've never had really great luck growing squash up here. Just the soil has just not been right. They always seem stressed. This is Crostata romanesco, and this year I put 2 plants in here. I've been amending a lot with biochar, and I think that's the magic.
Yeah.
Because these things are utterly monstrous in just 6 inches of soil.
Yeah, look at the size of those plants.
And these are as good as I've ever grown squash anywhere. I mean, it's not like, oh, this is just like good for a rooftop. This is good for anywhere. These are giant plants. And these things put out the biggest male flowers you've ever seen, which they absolutely love for stuffing downstairs.
Oh, yes.
So that is like a prize.
Come pick them up nice and early in the morning when they're opening wide up.
Yep, exactly. You got it.
How many plants right here?
2.
Just 2?
Yeah.
Wow.
But the amount of water we got to keep on this, and it's kind of robbing, I can tell it's robbing the eggplant. I think the roots just are through the whole bed. In fact, a lot of the vines that we have, the tromboncino squash and the cukes and stuff, you can tell they do start to steal nutrients from the whole bed. So I got to eventually cut back. Like in front of that tromboncino, it's kind of yellowing a little bit. You'll notice I haven't planted anything in the front of it because it just becomes too much of a competition for a while. So I lay off on it. Once we finish like a run of greens or something, I just lay off on it for a while, let the vine take everything.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely doing some supplemental fertilizing there as well.
So the chefs get a pretty good use out of this. Is this something like they're getting like a really good, like a daily crop or something? They're like, yeah.
Daily. In fact, like right now we get these rattlesnake pole beans up here. Leather Stores, the head chef and co-owner, he is hard pressed to keep up. I mean, he wants them as kind of small, almost like a filet bean style, and he has just got to pick. Sometimes he picks twice a day just to keep up with stuff. So they're getting a lot. This is interesting. We started this late, but this is from Baker Creek. This is called Kakinda edible gourd, and apparently it's edible up to 4 feet in length.
Oh wow!
So we're getting some now. They're beautiful. They're so fuzzy when they start off, and they have these beautiful crepe paper flowers. I mean, you can't. That one will open tomorrow. But you can see a little bit of them. They're white. They're just gorgeous. Really delicate looking. The plant is monstrous, so it just has an energy to it that looks like it wants to take over everything.
It's growing. It's getting up there.
Yeah, I mean,
it?
it's already. And I planted that late as a bit of an afterthought, so it didn't really.
That's one of the things I'm actually finding. Speaking of the eggplant, they're starting out late sometimes. Sometimes I'm finding like with my tomatoes was not a good idea this year because I didn't like all the sudden heat that really happened this year. So it really put off that early crop. But my eggplants, I started really late, and I'm already like, I mean, I literally put them in the ground not too long ago, just a few weeks back, and I'm already starting to get some really good sized eggplants coming off of them, and I'm really surprised about that.
You know, I think
some plants just
put stuff in too early, especially the heat-loving stuff. It can get shocked and stunted, and then it never fully recovers. I think so. I think sometimes you're exactly right. So stay on the later side of things. Yeah, you know, obviously our weather pattern's changing, so we have to anticipate that. Things are going in earlier, just in general.
Yes.
Because of the shift. But at the same time, holding back is not necessarily a bad idea. Planting things a little bit later, and then there's no shock. You know, they just don't experience the shock of the cold nights. It's already warmed up. Better for them.
One thing you don't really got in a garden most often is one of these guys. What's this here?
Oh, that's the hood for the grill.
That's a grill hood.
Yeah, so like when you're gardening, it might be smelling pork or beef or whatever coming off. It's kind of an interesting mix.
Oh, look at these little radishes.
Yeah, I get some radishes coming up. We pretty much grow just the French breakfast radish d'Avignon. That's kind of our standard.
That's about the only one I really like as much anymore.
Yeah. I mean, we've grown some other little ones like amethyst and ping pong and a few others that are just, I try different things every once in a while. I just ordered one, I can't remember what it is, a beautiful pink. Can't wait to see it, but in terms of day in, day out, the chefs like the d'Avignon. They like how they can shave it. It's so long, they can get nice long strips on it. Pardon me on that. compost system here. Spin every once in a while. And this is all the debris from anytime we do a harvest. Pull up roots, pull up little stems, stalks, stuff we don't need. Just chopped up a big lavender plant, so that's going to go in bit by bit. Add some aeration and some carbon.
Excellent. Got all the systems running.
Yeah, well, when you start hauling bag after bag up the stairs, you realize that, man, the more I can keep circulating it up here, the better, right?
Absolutely.
I've hauled a lot of bags up those stairs.
Now I did see one other question too. I did see a picture coming up the stairwell where at first you guys were using kiddie pools.
Yeah, we started with that. That was a kind of a test run for a couple of years because I had done some research and I found a guy in Chicago who was using kiddie pools for low-income folks, and just, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. You can throw 2 or 3 bags of potting soil in there, put your drainage holes in, plant your lettuce. You know, right away, the first crop of lettuce, if you're trying to buy organic lettuce, you know, at $2 a head, you can grow 20 or 30 heads in one hit on that kiddie pool. So you already paid for all your costs on the first crop of lettuce. Everything after that is free.
Excellent.
So that's a good system. But eventually they were breaking down under the UV and starting to crack. We thought we'd get more life out of them than we did, so that was one thing. And then the other thing was the concern of the plastic. What is it? And the manufacturer wouldn't tell us because they probably wanted to avoid liability.
Yep.
So, and it's probably not the food grade stuff, so we just decided let's get away from that and go to something at food grade and that looks a little more like a regular garden too.
Yeah.
So that's why we went with these.
Looks amazing. Just really, really amazing.
Pretty happy. Hi folks, welcome to the garden. Outstanding. No, thank you.
This side.
All right, everybody, what a great opportunity to get out here and check out the urban rooftop garden at Noble Rot Restaurant and Wine Bar here in Portland, Oregon. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns at all, please hit me up in the comments section below. Please thumbs up this video and give it a like. Hit the subscribe button. And we'll see you again on the next episode of The Urban Gardener.